Hey guys, I have an unofficial ladder fight club match. DerHund on Central does these little fight clubs for the 28 to 37 ladder on Wizard 101 Central. And I call it an unofficial ladder challenge because I'm not actually on the ladder. I'm just in the level range right now, and he was saying I should come check it out. So I did. And DerHund is using his level 37 Storm Wizard, Sean Starbright. I'm using my Ice Wizard Alex Frostriver, who's level 36 now. And I got blessed with going first, which helps a humongous amount. And here we go. So I summon my minion, and knowing that DerHund is an experienced duelist, I figured I should shield him the turn I get him out. Like, not just tower shield, a straight up storm shield. And I felt pretty safe doing that because I had like 6 storm shields in my main deck, along with 5 towers, then like 3 storm shields from an amulet, and a couple storm shields and treasured. So I figured, mix that with my resist, and I should be covered well enough to shield my minion. And what do you know, he attacks my minion. So I'm like, alright, he's going to try to finish him off. So might as well be a jerk about it and put another storm shield on him, knowing that he doesn't have a storm on. That works in my favor. And he does indeed attack my minion again. Now right now my minion's at 200 health, so I'm like, alright, I'm done shielding him. I was thinking about using a sprite on him, but I wasn't sure if he used the bats if it would kill him or not, so I didn't want to waste a sprite on him. So instead I go for the infection, because see, my minion's going to attack, so he's going to get some damage done to him. And so I might as well infect him, so that his heals are cut in. He uses a weakness on me, not too big of a deal. The only downside is that I don't have any ones in my hand right now. But I don't have any attacks either, and it's not like I have any buffs up, so I was like, alright, whatever, that's fine, I can deal with that now. I've got 5 ones in my deck somewhere. I'll find a way to get rid of them. Use another infection on him, because one just isn't enough. Some people believe you just cannot have enough infections on your opponent. Alright, see yourself. So, put another one on him. Now, I gotta start getting rid of these white pips and stacking my blades. Now, since I'm only 36, I do not have trained Ice Blade yet. I do have one Ice Blade card, which I get from my Ice Hound pet. So, Elemental Blades are like the best I got. And he kills my minion. Smart move, because this Ice minion is actually like incredibly effective against Storm Wizards, because they don't attack with ice, and the only fire attacks they use are elves. They attack with storm, and so since his shields are fire and ice, his storm goes unshielded, so all the storm sharks hit him directly without, well, typically unshielded. And if he has a bubble up, that boosts my minion's attacks as well, so it's like, that's sweet. So ice minion's a good one to have out against storm wizards. Well, he's just a good minion in general. Anyways, so I do have my bubbles right now. I know a lot of people, well, there's probably people watching this right now and just like, hey, why don't you put that bubble up? You got 2 in your hand. I try to not be the one to use the first bubble, because, well, it's not like I needed it up, because I wasn't ready to attack at all. And I want to make sure I have a bubble for when I attack. I do have a couple in treasure for those reasons. And it's not like he had one up and I was going like defenseless and he was going to be able to let loose a ton of damage on me. So it wasn't critical to have my bubble at that point. I used my sprite here, don't really need the heal, but wanted to get rid of a white pip and didn't really have much else to do. This first half of this duel, I didn't really want to delete anything because it was all cards that I kind of needed. And I never tested this deck out, I just kind of threw it all together. And like completely threw it all together. I bought the deck like 15 minutes before meeting up with DerHund. So yeah, so not much goes on. It's kind of a stall war. Like, as you could tell, I have a ton of attacks in my hand. I mean, just wall to wall attacks. And even if which I don't, but even if I did, he has 2 ice shields up. I used the bubble at that point because I had like 3 bubbles in my hand, and well, don't need that many, and I'd rather use it than discard it. Right now, I'm digging for my Ice Elf treasure card, and I wasn't coming up with those. Use the Storm Bubble. It's like, alright, that's cool. I didn't need to change it right away, but I'm looking for some sort of, like, I'm not getting any of my frostbites in my hand. I don't know why, like, because I have more frostbites than I do have most of the other cards in this deck. So I was drawing some more for my Ice Elf, and decided to change the bubble just because I'm gonna be a jerk. He breaks my shield and gets rid of the weakness. No big deal. I put weakness on him now. I was thinking about using minion. I was like, well, I think I'll use weakness now, so maybe he'll use his pips the following turn to get the weakness off of himself, and that way my minion can go, or my minion will come out and he'll be low on pips. That was my thought process. And if not, then, oh well. Yeah, so I'm still, right now, just kind of stalling. Like, there isn't anything I can do until I get some dots, because I'm not about to go and unleash wyverns on him, trying to kill him with all those shields up. That's just not going to happen. And so I just start stacking my treasure weaknesses on him like it's Christmas. That was my gift. And once ago, like I said, I'm a jerk, so I go and put another weakness on him, because weakness is just the gift that keeps on giving. Could put a shield up, but if he attacks me or attacks my minion, weakness will cover both of those. And still no Ice Elf. And so, like, once again, I said I'm a jerk, so I shield my minion again with a 90% shield. So I was pretty sure he was going to stay alive unless he was whipping out some 1,000 plus damage with weaknesses on him and no bubble. So I felt pretty safe about that. Thing is, Morgan Soulstalker is Valdez, and he was saying, well, just like delete your hand so you can get what you need. But with that Ice Blade, I only have one in my deck. I only have one of those stuns, and I'll plan on using that stun for my combo to kill them all. Same with the Ice Blade, so it's like I'm not going to go discarding those in order to get some dots, because I'm just going to ruin my combo, and I'll have to reshuffle, and I don't even know where my reshuffle is. So yeah, that just wasn't too dandy. This deck was not working out. I was like, oh, crud. I'm going first, and this isn't working for me. So I go through this, get some weakness on me, I get a Frostbite. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it's like, oh, even better, I get my Ice Elf. So I got these weaknesses on me, and so it's like, well, I could wand, but might as well just use this Elf, gets rid of the weaknesses, and since I'm using it for shields, damage doesn't matter, so the weaknesses is fine. So it knocks out like 3 things with one. Well, 6 if you included all the shields that it will break. Alright, so I got that going, got the Dami, and I decided to use my Ice Blade. So I use that on myself. It's like, alright, about ready to attack. I'm gonna use Frostbite on him. He attacks me with that. So he has 2 pips, so I was like, I'm not gonna go and shield because I'm not concerned. I got 1500 health. I use Frostbite now. I'm not sure why I used it now. Like, because one of the hits was gonna hit an Ice Shield, but I did anyways. Whatever. It all worked out. So we got 2 dots on him. Oh, that's why, because I knew his... No, never mind, that wasn't why. Never mind. Okay, so he puts out his bubble, and it's like, oh, well, that stinks. Well, good thing I got more in my hand. So I throw out the 45 bubble, because, like, well, this is my chance to strike. I want to get as much damage on this guy as possible in case he heals. Like he does right there. So use that. And I got one blade left, and almost... What did I do? Yeah, I almost stunned him, and I was smart by using Frostbite, and I think the reason I chose Frostbite is because I knew the other dot would end, and so if he threw up an Ice Shield like he just did there, I'd want the dot there to still break it, so I use a stun right here so that I can get the shield broken off free, and to make sure I don't got another one put on the next turn. So I got an open strike guaranteed next turn. And then I go and take my Wyvern, and I use it to finish him off. I want to say good job, DerHund. Still don't know if I'm saying that right. Thanks for letting me join in your fight club, and I hope to see, or hope to duel you with you going first, because I know it'll be a much different match that time. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone.